This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay. Christina's coming in. That was very loud. Hi, everyone. Welcome on this snowy day in February, March. My birthday month, it's always very snowy. So the eyes of the winter decided to creep up on us. And we're supposed to get more snow Friday and Saturday all over the place. California got snow. It reminds me, I don't know if you ever watched the old Flash Gordon movie from the 80s when Queen sang in the background and there was an evil warlord and he had a weather machine and you heard Flash Gordon. Na, na. Okay, so that's for the people that are in my age group. So give me a minute or so because people are still coming in. So, okay, so let's go. Um, More people are going to be coming in, and some of you that know me know that I'm a little bit of a control freak. We have, quite a few people, and I'm also, again, doing the same thing with Facebook this time. And I actually figured it out. I got both screens up. Okay, now I'm Francine Tesler. I'm a psychic medium and a medical intuitive. Welcome, everyone. Everyone has a psychic ability, but not everyone is meant to be a practitioner. The more we pay attention, the stronger it gets. If we don't use it, you'll lose it or it stays dormant. All psychics are not mediums, but all mediums are psychics. I'm both, but I'm also a medical intuitive. Now, what a medical intuitive is that we're not doctors. We pick up energies and we give insight to vibrations that we're picking up or that I'm picking up. So I have asthma. So when I look in the mirror, I see heat around my chest area. It's like a reddish globe. So I could be talking to somebody else and say, I'm getting heat around your chest area, thinking it's asthma or acid reflux, but maybe it's something else. Maybe they have cardiac issues or cysts, in their female parts and stuff like that. So it's not an exact science. If I pick up lower body, it could be digestive, it could be lower back, things like that. So what I'm going to do is, so that's the first thing. The second thing is when it comes to dead people, there isn't a phone number to call up to dead people. It's not DJ for the dead. They don't call us and tell us where the money is or the meaning of life. I actually was watching another medium the other day. I joined in one of their rooms, and it's interesting because I could never always explain to people why some people would come through and why some people don't, other than I just know that when people that passed over, they don't always are able to and things like that. But I always explain it's like putting a pot of water on the stove to boil. When you boil the water, and the water starts to boil, it evaporates and then it changes form. So when the water evaporates, it goes into the air, into the environment all around us. So think of it when we pass, it's the same idea. Our souls float above, right? And they're all around us and the particles, and they're giving everyone little hugs and kisses. Also it's like an infant or a pet, we begin to understand what they're saying. Google gaga, hoochie coochie, wow wow, rough rough, meow meow, cock a doodle doo. So it's not an exact science. So I may say to one of you, I pick up somebody separate. Separate could mean that they moved away or they're not here anymore, but they don't call me and go, hi, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's really important. The other thing is there isn't a phone number to dial up. And if somebody is still mourning and they're grieving over a loss, sometimes the spirits won't come through until that person is able to heal. And that's what I learned from listening to and joining into some of these other mediumship rooms. Somebody else described it as such, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like, it's not like DJ for the dead. So keep that in mind. There is no such thing as magic, spells, curses, evil eye, dirty aura. If there was, I would be 100 pounds, a millionaireess, and there would be a lot of men out there that'd be pissed off at me. So that's my little humor for that. Now, one thing before we begin, because it's only 7:02, I'm ADD and I'm dyslexic. So it's sort of like talking to a 6-year-old that had a baby with a mad scientist in Willy Wonka land. And if we took every puzzle ever made and then shredded it like confetti, put it into a giant snow globe and put the snow globe over my head. Every time I shake my head, I see a different reference. Now, keep in mind, this is like my 6th time doing this. So I have Facebook Live streaming at the same time. And something else, and this is really important, I'm going to put my email, my website in here. On March 13th, I will be unavailable for about 2 weeks. And I sent out an email. Anyone, I put my wrong thing, anyone that wants to be on my email list, please go onto my website. And there's a thing that you could submit so I can add you. There is Women's Day, National Women's Day on March 8th. So I sent out an email today to kind of link in me kind of being on sabbatical for 2 weeks. I'm offering 20% off of all phone services. Now, you guys, if you want to purchase a reading, even if I don't get to you guys before my thing that I'm going to be doing, because I'm having a surgical procedure. So you guys could at least get in and I can schedule you guys, or at least you'd get in on the discount. And then you can email me and let me know. But it's, it's pretty decent. Everyone's jacking their prices up, and I haven't raised my rates in 10 years. Now, if I tell you something that makes no sense, write it down, because it'll probably make sense later. Because again, if I tell you something that hasn't happened yet, it won't make sense to till it happens. And again, we can't, predict lottery and things like that, because again, I would be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to go around the room. We have a lot of people here. That's very good. I have 25 comments on Facebook, and right now we have 31 in this room. And again, anyone that comes in here, add yourself to my website so that you get my emails. It goes through Constant Contact. And sometimes I send out, a couple of things because I'm still learning the lay of the land. And like I said, this is the first time I was able to figure out, or the second time with Facebook Live. So I'm so excited. I'll ask you your name and your date of birth. I'm going to try to talk to as many people as possible. When I ask you your name and your date of birth, unmute yourself. And then what I'll do is maybe tell you 1 or 2 things, and then you can ask me a question. And like I said, I'm going to try to get to as many people as possible. The people I've spoken to in the past, I may not get to you tonight, but, again, this is a free forum. Now, because I'm having a surgical procedure on the 13th, I am not going to be doing a Zoom in March like I would normally do it once a month, or I'll be doing something in April. I might do a pop-up or something, but if you're linked onto my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that, you'll get my notifications, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. Okay? Is that cool? So I'm going to ask Becky, because I know that name somehow or another. Becky, what is your date of birth?
Oh, maybe you got to unmute it. No, I just did.
Everyone has to unmute except for Becky.
Unmute.
And anyone that wants me to talk to you guys, I need to see your face, not Joanne. Becky. Okay.
I don't have the camera.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so mute. Okay, so I have Becky.
Why can't I hear it?
Okay, so Becky. Okay.
Live. Hit live, maybe. Where?
So guys, you have to mute yourselves.
Live.
Joanne, mute. Okay. Okay, so we're all getting used to this. Okay, so I have Becky. Becky, what's your date of birth?
July 29th,
What year?
71.
Oh, that's a very good year. Okay, so give me 1 second. Do you have any digestive issues?
No,
Or did you used to get cramps, or do you have any lower body issues?
no.
Is there any sugar problems in your family?
I think my aunt, grandmother.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is your lower body, you need to watch. Joanne, I'm muting you again. I'm sorry. Anyone that comes in, I need to see your videos, but unless I talk to you, please mute yourself. So your lower body is your hot spot. They're pulling me down. So it could be lower back. It could be a predisposition to sugar, cramps, could be your knees, but they're pulling me down.
Come on.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to remove Joanne if Joanne doesn't stop. Hold on for 1 second. I'm removing her because there you go. And then here we go. I don't know why she's still here, but I'm sorry. People, you have to kind of follow a certain protocol because I'm not going to, pull on, I'm not saying say pull, call on people. Okay, so you have to watch your lower body. Now, I have a couple questions for you. You're a 1 or a 3, so when I free write, so when I do readings, I see numbers. Are you in the process of trying to change something with your career or something? Because I'm getting something new is coming up and I see a fork in the road. And what's interesting is it's go left, go right, make your own road. And then I see a hamster ball, the spinning.
Mhm.
And then what's interesting is with the hamster ball, this is really weird. You have a bungee cord tied around your waist. You're being pulled into 3 different directions. I feel like there's something that's going to change either your personal or your career. It could be a move, but there's something coming up unless it's something that's already happened. And maybe because of that, you haven't got settled into it, if that makes any sense.
So I received a promotion last year, and then just this past January, they gave me an additional area that I'm responsible for.
Are you
And
overseeing 3 areas?
basically restaurants, catering, and now student dining is the new one that I haven't really delved into that part of the new position that I've been
Are they
responsibility that I've been
are they
given.
giving you $200,000 or $300,000?
No.
Okay, so can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
If a hamster is in a hamster ball, right, and it's doing the treadmill, right?
Mhm.
Is it going anywhere?
No.
And it's stuck in the confines of that mechanism, right?
Yes.
So there's only so many hours in the day. And anything to do with food, I was going to say you have a caretaking base, so that's service. Anything to do with food or any of that area, you can't work more than 40 hours, even though the system demands it, because there's always going to be work. And really, they should be giving you other assistants and helpers. And if you're a really good leader, you can lead and delegate. But I feel like this could push you into another direction
Okay.
because I feel like you're working more hard, not as smart.
Mhm. I
And
agree.
unless they're giving you, a $500,000 or $250,000, it's not worth it. Now, you're not working for the Culinary Institute, are you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I met a bunch of you guys
Yes.
at level 32.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I did a reading with you after.
I don't remember, but okay.
Yep.
So this is what I'm going to say is I think you have to put a higher value in yourself. And I understand we're in trying times, but there's a number 1 rule, not to get overexhausted and not to get debt, So if you work yourself to death, what is that going to do for you? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what's coming up for that. Now, I think you need to make some decisions about this positioning that they did for you by June. Because
Okay.
if you don't, it'll be Groundhog Day every day, and then you won't get out of this cycle. And even if you went somewhere else, it would be the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you want to ask me?
I don't know. I think you just hit on things for me. So.
Okay, because it's really strong, and it's funny. I was talking about digestion, food. Like you work with food, so
Right.
that's also a pun. Maybe what you could also do is create some sort of program. Maybe you should email me. I have a really fantastic idea. I have a client that was just on Good Day New York and Today Show. Her company, she's a dietitian. Maybe you can partner with them where they could work with you guys and maybe the students to teach people how to cook more consciously so that people can eat more healthy,
Mhm.
not use certain things. And that might be another program where you could oversee, but it wouldn't be as stressful.
Okay.
It might be a good idea because a lot of people that work in the industry are overweight or drink very heavily because they're exhausted. And it's like that whole spinning wheel. So maybe that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So you
did.
never know.
I did think of one quick question for you.
Yes, go for it.
So of course, I'm 51, almost 52. My OBGYN says I can go off birth control. I will not get pregnant.
You were pregnant 3 times or 6?
No,
Once, 3 or 6? I didn't say kids.
nope,
How
not
many to your knowledge?
none.
You might have been, I think we discussed this. You might have been once and may have not known it. I don't think you're going to get pregnant. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean,
I don't want to.
I don't
Just-
think so. I don't think so. I'm not getting that. It's not impossible, but I don't think so because as we get older, the eggs become harder to shell,
Mhm.
and I don't think so. I think you're okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Otherwise, I would tell you because I always tell people I see pickles
Yep.
So- over their heads. So anyone that knows that, okay. And thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to pick Christine Manville. Hi, Christine. How are you?
I can hear you. Can you hear
What
me?
is- Yes, I can. What is your date of birth, Christine?
May 31st, 1957.
So as I was saying is when I do readings, I see numbers over people's heads and those numbers are, hold on for 1 second. Hold on. So you're an even number. Hold on, Francine. So that means that things happen to you in twos. Hold on for 1 second. Go into events. I'm my brain. I don't know if somebody's going to be able to come in now, so I'm just telling somebody on Facebook, but we'll see. So you're an even number, so things would generally happen to you in twos, 2 good things, 2 bad things, 2 job changes, 4 job changes. That being said, are you in your second major relationship yet?
I am.
Are
For
you happy with
26
it?
years.
Okay, but if you're happy, then that should be it.
Yeah.
Okay, and what month is he born in?
May,
And
May
what day?
12th,
What year?
1948.
Okay, now would you be his second also?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you were pregnant 2 times, 4 times, or 6, to your
2
knowledge?
times.
How many kids?
2.
Is it a boy and a girl?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You are
Um,
hot tonight.
It's funny. I did a party this weekend, and then I did an event at a hair salon in Yonkers, Jay's Hair Salon, which is pretty cool. I bumped into a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. I bumped into one woman I haven't seen since I was 27, and she was 17 in the Bronx. I'm 57 now. It was pretty crazy, and just bump into some people that I haven't seen in a while. Now I have a question for you. Do you own 2 properties yet?
No.
There is a possibility of another property coming up, or maybe you guys being 6 months and 6 months. It could also be an RV, which would represent another property. It doesn't.
Yeah,
No,
no.
but I'm being symbolic. It doesn't have to be another physical place.
Oh, okay.
Like you might buy a piece of land and put an RV on it temporarily until you figure something out, because right now is not a time to buy, it's a time to sell. And
Got
as
it.
long as the current hierarchies in play, things are going to continue to suck. So, excuse my French. So that's that. So about 9 to 18 months, things are starting to shift. Around June, you're going to notice a lot of things aren't going to be as difficult. So when I do these things, I try to explain to people also, and try to teach. October 25th of 2022, we had an eclipse in the new moon. And on 11/8 of 2022, we had a total eclipse, a lunar eclipse in the full moon. Eclipses affect us positively or negatively, everyone, 3 to 6 months later. But these eclipses were very important. And now we are in the time of Aquarius. We had a big shift. And a lot of planets that were in retrograde are no longer in retrograde. A retrograde is stuck. So this month, February, which is why we're having some wacky weather, May and June are going to be very important for new beginnings. And one of the things is like what I was saying to Becky about Groundhog Day. any of the pink elephants that we have not been paying attention to will now be in our living rooms in purple tutus dancing and making us address the things that we need to address. Positive. So whatever doesn't work, we get rid of. New beginnings, rebrandings, things like that. So I'm going to say that there's a bunch of things coming up for you guys, and there is a very good chance that you will wind up getting another place or planning on it, so keep that in mind, because
Okay.
if you got a piece of land and put a Winnebago on it temporarily, you can always build later or put one of those small homes. But what's interesting is most of the small homes are made in Canada, which I wouldn't buy anything in Canada right now because of everything that's going on there. You know what I mean? Now you are thinking about retiring.
I am retired as of
Okay.
last May.
Okay, I was picking up it was new. Now you were a caretaker.
Yes, I worked in mental health in hospitals,
Yep.
and then I taught actually at a
I was
university for 15 years.
going to say medical and education, so there you go. Okay, now have you thought about writing a book?
I wrote one. I'm really not
You got
thinking
to write a
about putting
second.
it down, but
You got to write the second part.
oh, okay.
Well, it's either you're writing a second part or maybe you write a book of poems. It doesn't have to
Okay.
be. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be in the same genre, but keep things in twos because you're an
Because
even number.
I'm a two. Okay.
Now,
Gotcha.
what do you want to ask me?
I balance my time between home with my husband and here with my mother. If she interrupts, she's 88 and hard of hearing. She just barrels in the room. Do you have any?
What's her birthday?
Thank you. September 7th, 1934.
And she was pregnant once or 3 times? Or 6? Chris? You froze. Chris? I can't hear you. What?
Can you hear me
The
now?
one above it.
Okay, who is okay, so Joanne, I'm sorry. I'm going to remove Joanne from this again because you guys are not sorry if you guys don't unmute. Okay, Christine, so your mom was pregnant once or 3 times?
3 children, but she told
Maybe
me
6 times.
yeah, maybe. I know there was 1 miscarriage for sure. So I don't
And
know.
3 kids. Is it 2
Correct.
same sex and 1 not?
Correct.
2 boys?
No, 2 girls, 1 boy.
What is your sister? Well, you have a name that could be male or female, so that could be why I picked up 2. So okay, do you get any help from your siblings? Because I feel like one of your siblings is separate from you.
The 2 of them I'm the only one left. They both passed on.
Okay, it's weird because they put 1 more so. Were you estranged with one of them?
I wouldn't call it a strain. My brother died when I was 12 and he was 13. And then my
Okay.
sister died from alcoholism. I was angry, but I wouldn't say it's strange.
But that could be, but that could be because she was in her own world.
Could be. That would
Okay.
explain. Yeah.
And that could be why I'm only picking up one more recently to the side, because the brother was already gone. You know what I'm saying? And he was a prankster, so that would make sense. So that makes total sense. Okay. Now the other thing is, as far as your mom is concerned, she's kind of like the Energizer Bunny rabbit.
Mhm.
You know, she has some balance issues and stuff like that, but you
Oh,
still have
yeah.
a caretaking thing.
Yeah.
And she has some visual stuff. So, but I don't know if it's more the balance. I think you should just enjoy her as much as possible. You know,
I'm trying. I'm
maybe
trying.
you could write a book about that.
That's true. I
There's
have
a
a lot of
really
thoughts.
there's a really good book about what a mom and a daughter went through with their dad that had dementia. And so basically, it's called The Art of Dying Well by Katie Butler.
Okay.
It's a really good book. Maybe you should look at that and see if you could use that as a platform, as a therapy for yourself, even as a blog to help people. Because you know, a lot of the people that are born between 57 and 69 are dealing with elderly parents, sick parents, and it's very overwhelming because that generation were very controlling, didn't have set up trusts, and you know, right of survivorship, living wills, things like that, and very, very overwhelming. We went through it, so I think it might help you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you very
so
much.
thank you so much. I'm a little slow motion tonight, everyone, partly because of the snow. And again, I'm won't be here next month because I'm not going to be around. But it was very nice meeting you. Add yourself to my website so that you can get my emails, and we'll
will.
go from there. And I do shows periodically and other pop-ups and parties. Like I said, I'm offering 20% off for you know, March 8th, which is Women's Day, but also anyone that's in this room, you can get 20% off because I'm going to be off the grid for 2 weeks. So you can talk to me about it, and then we can set it up, or you could Zelle me, and then I'll schedule you guys later. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let me go on to the next person. Somebody's trying to call me now on Facebook. I'm not understanding this. Everyone is trying to interrupt. This is like so bizarre. This is what happens when you do the multiple things. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so now let me go on to Ellen. Ellen Zive. Hi, Ellen.
Hello.
What
April,
is your date?
April 20th, 1961.
So do you have any back issues?
I do.
Did you have an MRI of your back?
More than once.
You have 2 disc issues or 4?
4.
Okay, and do they give you shots? Do they do?
I had surgery and I see a chiropractor.
I don't know if you should do the chiropractor as much anymore. I
Okay.
think because that could cause more issues, especially since I think you either have osteopenia or osteoporosis. So when they adjust you, it could cause little fractures.
Mhm.
In what county, like what state do you live in?
I'm in Westchester County.
Okay, so what you could do is email me. I'll give you the name of my pain management guy. They're on Central Avenue. He's in the Fortune Building. His name is Dr. McDougall. And you know what you would do is bring your MRIs to him. I'm sending you my email, my website. What you could do is you could send, you know, bring all your MRIs and all the X-rays to him, and he'll look it over and maybe give you trigger point shots, which do not have steroids in it, and that can help. Also, they are doing PRP,
Yes.
which could help rebuild the building blocks.
Fortunately, I don't have pain anymore. Haven't for a while.
The only thing is that for some reason, I'm still getting issues. Does your leg give out on you?
When my back is bad, yeah.
Okay, so even though you're not in pain, I'm getting issues that could affect your mobility.
Okay.
So, and you know, with back surgery, I would try to avoid it as long as possible, obviously. You've had 2 surgeries already?
I have.
Okay. If you were to have any more, because if you were to have any more, you'd have 2 more, but I think you should wait. But by the time that you're ready, maybe they'll have that machine like Star Trek where they press a button and it's like boop, 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 you know. Now, what is your question?
I'm wondering about whether or not I'm going to find love in my life again.
You had 1 major relationship or 3?
3.
So you should be coming into another major relationship. The only catch-22 is that you'd meet 2 people at once or 4 people. The other thing is because of I'm saying COVID, it's one of those days because of the snow day. Because of COVID, and we live in New York, most of the blue states that had the extreme lockdowns were kind of delayed by the 3 years at least because of that. And people are still in a funk So a lot of the guys out there are, they'll go on Facebook and they'll send pickle pictures, which I've had a lot of them recently. That's how they're trying to socialize. They think they're going to find it attractive, sending pictures that look like this. I'm like, really? It's not attractive. I had to put some guy's profile up on to let everyone know to block him. He sent me he did a whole like decoupage of a bunch of his pee pictures, with his face. I thought it was like so bizarre, a collage. But the thing is, I say to you to do meetups. And if you are able to be a little active, maybe join the Y, do some swimming. If you go to places where people are active, even if you do walking, low grade walking or hiking, you'll meet somebody that's active, and not only will their brain be sharp, but their body will still be working.
Right.
Make sense? Because after 40, most men's, pickles, hold on, I'm going to do a little graphic, is like this anyway, but if they're active, they're more likely to have things in use, or
Right.
at least they'll try. So that's what I'm going to say.
I go-
When you do, what'd you say?
I go out dancing a lot.
Okay. There is a lady up in Kisco. She used to do, I forgot her name. She used to do the salsa stuff and all that. And she would do meetups. And then when Bull and Barrel up in Brewster was in existence, they used to do line dancing. If you can find line dancing again, that would be great. I think it would be really fun for you. So that's what I'm going to say. But the only thing is, don't go steady.
Oh,
Because you might meet somebody and like them, but they're okay, but they're not exactly. And you need to get to know them, and then maybe you'll meet somebody else, and then it's like, good, better, best.
keep my options.
Right, because if you slow your roll, you get the time to pick people out differently, because before you used to pick people that were broken, and now you get better choices. Is
Okay.
that fair? It was
Yes.
very nice talking to you, Ellen.
Can I ask one other quick question?
Go for it.
My mom, is she around?
See, remember I said it's not, you can't dial up. I'm not going to say no, but I wasn't picking any of that up. The first thing I was picking up was your back. That
Right.
was like the most prevalent thing to me.
Okay.
And maybe we can talk about it. You book a reading, you're going to get 20% off if you decide, and add yourself to my website.
Yes. Thank you, Francine.
All right. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second. Why is that? Hold on. Okay. So let me, if you can mute, let me mute you now. Let me just see. Michelle Novak. Hi, Michelle. Can you unmute yourself? Michelle? Unmute. Click on the little icon. I can't do it. Let me see if I can.
Finally.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Sorry, it took.
No, that's okay. We're still learning the lay of the land. What's your date of birth, Michelle?
January 24th, 1975.
So don't get mad at me. I'm an Aquarius. I'm February, but I call January Aquarians and October Scorpios Prozac candidates. I'm being funny, but you guys could be a little moody, but you're very, very structured when it comes to your career. Whereas I live by the seat of my pants. I'm not as moody, but you could be a little bit more moody. But I just had to throw that out there. Now, you're in your first major relationship or your third?
I'm not in a relationship, but I've had 3.
But out of the 3, were 2 more important to you?
Yeah, one was definitely very important, and another one was because I got my son out of that one.
Okay. So 2 people left a bigger imprint, in my opinion. You should be coming into your third. When I was younger, I used to have these crushes on people. And if you ask me their names now, I couldn't tell you. I thought that they were so important. So basically the people that we think are important sometimes are not. They just leave it, different kinds of imprints. So you would either you're a 1 or a 3 like me. So things would happen to you 1, 3, 6, 9. So keep that in mind. Now, you were only pregnant once or 3 times?
3,
Thank you. How many kids?
1.
Okay. And what's your son's birthday?
May 14th, 2007.
So he's an even number. You're an odd number. So when you're up, he's down. When he's down, you're up. He's very level. He's very rational. He's socially unsocial. He's kind of quirky in his own way, very protective. Is he a lefty or ambidextrous?
He can do some things with his left, but no, he's a righty.
Does he play sports?
He could. He doesn't like to.
Okay. I feel like he's more ambi because he's very creative in a structured way. So like
Yes.
computers, music, writing, engineering, gaming, inventing, all those things.
All of those things minus writing.
But he would make a good writer talking into a recorder. He has very good stories.
agree.
Yeah. Now,
He does write comic books. Well,
so that's writing. Yeah. See what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
now, what do you want to ask me?
Health wise,
You're prone to some cysts, breast and uterine and stuff like that. You have to drink more water. Also watch your gallbladder. If you have any pain on your right side. Every 7 years, your body changes, and a lot of people are developing weird allergies. So I'm finding that a lot of Aquarians develop allergies to penicillin, latex, and bees. I don't know why.
Bees or-
Bees.
Like-
Bzz.
okay.
And you know what's in the same family of that? Fire ants.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know I was allergic. I went to South Carolina, I don't know how many years ago, and got bit by a fire ant on my toe and started to go through anaphylaxis. So you're probably allergic to that. I mean, you are prone to cysts. Make sure you do your mammograms and your ultrasounds on a regular.
I do.
And then other than that, I don't get any big issues. I think that anything that you've dealt with, I think you're aware of already.
Yeah, I have a connective tissue disorder, and it causes all kinds of crazy issues, including allergies and
Okay.
yeah.
But that would make sense on what I'm picking up. It's an autoimmune issue, which is where the gut is. The gut is in charge of a lot of these things. A lot of people that have gut issues, intestinal issues, wind up developing autoimmune. So if you're able to get your digestion and maybe change some of your diet, it's possible that you could put that in remission. Just so you know.
Well,
I don't think you won't have it.
yeah, I have a collagen issue, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos, so I don't know that I could do that, but I could put a lot of the symptoms in remission, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it would always have it, but it'll stay on your shoulder dormant.
Right.
It's like an emergency firebox. You can put it in. But you know what's interesting? I'm not getting anything catastrophically wrong, which is great.
That's good.
The biggest thing I was picking up is lower body, though, your gut.
Yeah, I'm unable to work right now, so.
Okay. I think
Crisis.
you're going to figure something out with your digestion, and maybe talk to a nutritionist, dietitian, or somebody that's a functional medicine doctor,
Right.
and change some of your diet. I think that'll be a big help. Some
That's
people are doing greens and stuff like that. And you know what? You seem to be fine. And you know what else? This could lend itself to something of your own business. Maybe you're going to do consulting based on your own things because you're very intuitive yourself.
Right. I have some ideas as far as that's concerned. Is my son okay?
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
pisser. Oh, he's a pisser. What'd you say?
I said, yes, he is.
Yeah, he's really very funny. It was very nice talking to you, Michelle.
You too. Can I tell you something really quickly?
Yeah.
I talked to you about 2 years ago, and you asked me if anyone had cancer. And I said no. my sister, the day that you and I talked, found out she had a rare appendiceal cancer that day and didn't tell us for like
Ooh.
almost a month or two.
Oh,
So
wow.
I wanted to tell you, you were like spot on because I had no idea. She didn't tell us. And I found out long after I talked to you. So,
Okay. So, but she had it in her appendix.
yeah.
Okay. That's lower body also. So if she had something rare like that, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Check yourself.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Because
mentioned because it's very rare. People are taken aback when they find out that she had that specific cancer.
But
So-
maybe that's something that's genetic in your family, and maybe that's why
Yep.
you have the connective tissue disorder. So it's all lower body. See, that would make sense,
Right.
you know? So I hope you feel better. We'll be in
Thank you.
contact, and thank you. And I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye. So as I was telling everyone in the room, I'm going to be off the grid for about 2 weeks. I sent out a there's a Women's Day, which is March 8th. So anyone that got my email, you can get 20% off of my phone readings, my regular rates. And anyone that's in this room, the same. And if I don't get to you guys, I can schedule you afterwards, but I won't be available again for a couple of weeks from the 13th to about the 26th. Okay, now let me go to, let me see how many people I have. Monica Berry. That's a different name. I think of Monica Lewinsky, so sorry. Hi, Monica.
Hello.
What is your birthday?
May 11, 67.
You're funny. Okay. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
So, are you in your second major relationship yet?
Not yet.
You only had the one, but you're not in that anymore.
Ooh,
Okay.
sort of.
Okay. Well, because I get like yes, no, yes, no. Why am I getting that? Because I get you saying that you're in the middle of a moron sandwich.
Yep.
Okay. So are you trying to get out of something? Okay.
Even
So you really, oh, okay. Okay. I feel like you've been in this situation for 23 years or 28?
ooh, probably 20, 28. I would
Okay,
say.
because threes and eights look like each other because I'm dyslexic. Okay. So did you have love and passion before?
Sort of, but
Okay,
not
what,
not
not
tremendously.
now. Okay, what is their birthday?
10, 25, 66.
Very moody. So
Mm-hmm.
October Scorpios and January Aquarians, they fall under that classification. I call them Prozac candidates. He's very moody and he can be very controlling. So what I'm going to say is this: if there was love and passion before, there can be again, and it's not an unworkable situation. But the only thing is, you're a 2, and he's a 1 or a 3. So he would either have 1 major relationship or 3 or 6. You would have 2, 4, or 6. So I feel like in the next couple of months, you're in the process of making a decision about what you want to do. And remember, I was talking about the eclipses and Groundhog Day. You need to try to make a decision by June. I would say sooner than that, because April into May, we go into a Mercury retrograde and you don't want to start anything new. You don't want to end anything. So I think you should start to make a plan and then follow it and then see what you have to do for the positive or the negative. Does that make sense? Because you know the devil you know, not the devil you don't know. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Mm-hmm.
Now, you were pregnant 2 times or 4?
2.
How many kids?
1.
Is it a boy?
Girl.
Is she very feisty?
She can be.
And does she have a name that's male or female?
Does she have what?
A name that could be male or female. Nikki, Sam, Lauren, Pat, Leslie.
No, it's a female.
Okay, what's her name?
Adriana.
Adriana could be Adrian.
Ah.
See? See? Okay. What's her birthday?
Same as mine, 5/11, but year is 01.
Okay. I mean, she's pretty independent. You have to lead by doing, though, because if you're unhappy, to stay in something just because of a child or children isn't the right thing. You don't want them to wind up in the same situation.
Right.
Okay, is that fair to say?
Mhm.
Okay, now, what do you want to ask me if you can talk?
Well, I have a business, and I just wanted to see, is it going to be successful this year?
Does it have 2 parts to it or 4?
Oh, so far one. I'm thinking of adding another entity to it, but right now it's just revamping the one.
Is it a service?
Hmm.
So a hair salon, medical billing,
Oh, yeah,
education.
health
What?
coaching, health
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say yes,
Hmm.
but I think you have to add something to it because it's imbalance for you. It has to have 2 parts to it.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
it's either got to have 2 parts or 4 parts to it, and maybe you add something else that's more mainstream to give yourself an income so that you can escape.
Hmm. Not so
You know, you,
hands-on. But yeah, I'm trying to, yeah.
yeah, you know
It's
that
you.
song, "Take Me Away, Your Secret Place." I can't sing. I'm not going to say no, but I think that there's something that you're missing
Okay.
with it. And what area do you live in? What part of which state?
Pennsylvania.
So that's a tough area also for that. Most people in PA have no teeth. Did I say that? So it's a little difficult. So if you could maybe do some Zooms and Facebook Live and Instagram so that you can get markets outside the area, that might be the answer for you.
Definitely. That's what I'm working
Okay.
on.
Okay. That's perfect. And, add yourself to my website so that you can get these. And like I said, I'm giving 20% off of all phone meetings,
Okay.
for the women's day on March 8th, but also because I'm going to be out of commission. So it was very
Okay.
nice meeting you.
Yes,
And
great.
we'll talk again. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go on to somebody else, mute. Okay. So anyone that wants me to talk to them, make sure that I see your videos are open. Rose, it's coming up. Roses. And I don't know
Hello.
why some people were trying to call me on Facebook while I'm doing this. I'm like, I don't understand. So just because I'm doing the dual, what is your birthday, Rose?
1365.
So I have a really rando question for you. Did I ever talk to you before?
Yes.
Okay, why am I getting you holding your head, going, ah? Did you, hold on. Was there something going on around the family recently? You a little overwhelmed? Or is it more work related?
Oh, it was work related. But
Okay.
it seems like it's settled, I hope.
And this happened in the past 9 months?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on, where did you go? You disappeared.
Well, I'm still here.
No, I know, I'm looking for you on the other screen, and I see you there. So my question is, the job that you have, is it a career or is it a job?
It's a career.
I hear a lot of chickens in the background clucking, a
Really?
lot of chatter. So is it a service-oriented profession?
Yes.
Is it HR? Is it medical, educational?
Educational and medical combined.
Okay. Now the place that you're working for, is it a hospital or a school or both?
It's a school.
Okay, so then that's part of the problem. Okay.
I'm,
You're already vested, aren't you?
yes,
Are you thinking about working another 3 years or 6?
4.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah. 4 is what I have to do, I think.
Okay. So my suggestion is, remember Miss America?
Yeah.
You know, they
Oh,
did. You're just gonna have to suck it up and just, how do
yeah.
I say this? Smile. Tell them to
Yeah.
have a nice day, and you're really, telling them to go do this. I'm also going to give you a phrase, since it's very hard to say no in your position.
Mhm.
Tell people you would love to, but you can't. It's
Okay.
still saying no, but it not saying no. So it's a really great way of saying go suck it, and it makes you look good in a way, but you don't feel put upon. If that
Okay.
makes any sense,
Okay.
because I don't think the issue is completely resolved.
Oh. Okay.
So my job is to kind of warn you about the hidden things in the background. So the chatter makes me think that people have nothing better to do but to gossip,
Yep.
and say shit. So that's what I'm getting,
Okay.
And generally speaking, most of the teachers I'm not all that fond of, the new teachers. So there you go. God help me. All right, now, one other thing. You have to check your eyes again. Your left eye is weaker. I'm getting a little monkey on it. So I don't know if there's some pressure building up or something. But you need to, how like they have the 2 different eye doctors, the one
Yeah.
that checks your vision and one that checks your eye health. I never know which one is which, the ophthalmologist or the optometrist, but you might have some pressure issues like narrow angle glaucoma or something like that could creep up, and you wouldn't always know it. So
Okay.
it might give you a little bit of a headache in your eye. It happened to me.
Okay.
And if you don't address it, it could be a problem.
Okay.
Now, what do you want to ask me?
Well, actually, like thinking about like relocating.
I
or
can see that. Where do you live now?
New York,
What part?
Westchester.
Okay. So the only thing is what you're doing, you want to stay at your job. You need to stay at your job for another 4 years. Can you do it remotely?
No.
Okay. So then what I'm going to say is I don't see a lot of people buying property just right now, at
Mhm.
least for another 9 to 18 months, but do the research. And
Right.
if you stumble on something and you could buy it now, and even if you rent it out for a little period of time until you're ready to go there, who cares? Then you'd have some equity. But slow your roll, but I'm going to say yes, it's probably a warmer area.
Okay.
The only other exception would be New England. Now, and the reason why I'm saying that is like Maine and parts of New England, parts of Connecticut, even though they're the blue states, those areas were not affected by the riots and a lot of the lockdowns the same way as like New York, Chicago, California,
Right.
partly because people were more educated, number one, and also the way that they have things over there, it's a little bit more collegiate. I don't know why. I also think that there's a lot more space in between homes over there. It's just a different lifestyle.
Right.
So that could be the exception.
Okay.
But I am seeing the water.
Ooh.
So, maybe live by a lake, I could see that.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be the ocean, but if you live by the ocean, you wouldn't be on the ocean. It would be more elevated.
Okay.
So I'm going to say yes, but I just don't see it tomorrow.
Right. So just bide my time and smile.
And start to and research stuff in the meantime. And if you could buy a piece of land, put a Winnebago on it, or buy a property that you're going to want to redo, you can go through a property management company, rent it out, and then by the time you're ready to go, you could do what you want. And then by that point, it'll be a different story.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So that's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, now Other than that, you should be fine. Give me
Thank
1
you.
second. Thank you so much. Hold on. Oh, that's nice. Somebody just, thank you. I'm commenting. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Just like I said, I'm very excited. I have my 2 screens up. Okay, now, let's see. I'm going on to somebody else. Christina Margot. Hi,
Hi.
Christina.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's your date of birth?
6/19/93.
So you're an even number. So are you in your second major relationship? Yes.
No, I'm not in a relationship.
So you had 1 that was important to you or 3?
3.
Okay. But your taste in men kind of stinks.
Well, I only date women, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but it feels like males though. That's the problem. So so I don't look at sexuality like other people, but the last person that you dated, were they very bossy with you?
No, but very closed off energy.
Okay. Were they controlling in a way that they would make you feel guilty?
Sort of.
It's still a form of control. You can have somebody that makes you feel threatened and then somebody that makes you feel guilty. It's still control. It's just a different kind of control. The problem is that you're picking the same kind of people with different masks. So
Mhm.
even if you only date women, not to sound like a Weisenheimer, but maybe you should go out with a really gentle guy just to change it up, or go out with a female that you wouldn't normally go out with. I think you need to change your flavor. And what you have to do, because you have a caretaking base, you like to help people. And so you become like a magnet for flies in a way. And if you were to interview people as though they were going to date your daughter, your sister, your best friend, you wouldn't date half the people, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So I think you listen to your heart too much, and you have to kind of look outside of that. It's not just about that. It's mind, spirit, soul. It's not just a look. It's a combination of things. It's like a whole package. And looks fade, but if you look back, all the people that you've been with all had some similarities to them. They were all broken in some way. And if you take an Italian bread and you break it in half, you can't put it back together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Treat it like a business. That's what I would do. If you don't get a return on your investment, then you should stop wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do you want to ask me? By the way, you're also very psychic. See, that's part of the problem too, because you're an empath. So everyone is coming to you and everyone wants you to help them.
Mm. Yeah.
It's not a coincidence. One of the other things is I teach and I private mentor, so I pick it up on you. You're super, super empathic.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it kind of gets me in positions where it's taken advantage of.
But you have to put a value on yourself and tell
Yeah.
people you would love to, but you can't.
Mhm.
Now, what do you want to ask me?
Do you see anything career-wise?
I feel like you help people in some way.
Mhm.
And I feel like you would either have 2 careers or 4, or you would do something that has 2 parts to it or 4. So that's what they're showing me. I just don't think that you should be a butt wiper. So let's say you were doing something in the medical field and you wanted to do psychology. What I would suggest is do forensic psychology or neuropsych, so that you can diagnose and that you're not taking people's stuff on,
Mhm.
because you're taking everyone's energy on. Literally, it's like you're being sucked dry.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense a little bit?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you
I
do
guess-
right now?
Well, I recently just got let go from my job I was at for almost 5 years. So
What were you doing?
operations,
For what kind of company though?
photographer.
Okay, so that's service. But the thing is that something like photography and things like that are not, I don't want to say it's not important, but it's an extra thing. So if you do operations and you like to help people, you could do that anywhere. So maybe try to see if you can work for operations for a pharmaceutical company, a medical company, things like that, a hospital. We could take what you do and apply it to anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yes.
And I think something will present itself. You'll probably have 2 job opportunities, May, June. I don't think it's going to be beforehand, but redo your resume. But I'm going to say June is a really big month for you. And you'll
Okay.
probably have 2 opportunities, and you might be able to do 2 remote jobs at the same time, where you could try them before you buy them. So maybe you get a place, like a job remotely for operations that's based out of California. They're in a different time zone. And then you could do something here, and then you can kind of leverage both, and you might be able to juggle both, and then you can catch up and then figure out what you want to do. I also think you're going to learn something new. So whether you take classes online or get another degree, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And as far as your relationships are concerned, don't worry about that. That's going to happen.
Mhm.
But it's very connected to your career and setting a boundary and a value on yourself,
Okay.
if that makes any sense. Also look at any city or state or municipality jobs, because they need people like you. So you'd have to take a test or something. And I think that could also come in handy. You may not like it because a lot of the people don't have common sense, but at least you'd have a steady career, and then you could do your own thing on the side,
Okay.
which is what I think you're going to do, because you have a healing ability.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm very surprised you don't work in the medical field, to be honest, in some way, so that's what I'm going to say. Okay. It was
Okay.
very nice talking to you, Christina.
You too. Thank you.
Add yourself to my website.
I will.
Thank you. Okay, and then let me go on to somebody else. Deb Menzer. Deb,
Hi, Francine.
hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, I hear a little accent. What is your birthday?
July 11th, 56.
So I have a really rando question for you. Do birds mean something to you?
Yes.
Why am I getting cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo?
Maybe a little crazy. I don't know.
No, but I'm getting birds. A lot of birds. Why?
I've had pet birds. I have a little bird, a wild bird that I swear comes every morning and sits at the front of the house and talks to me.
Okay.
I just like them.
I think that the one that comes and visits you is somebody from your family that's visiting you. And it feels like a female spirit, actually, that may have had more either dyed red hair or like a reddish brown.
Okay.
What's your mom's birthday?
Was December 28th,
What year?
1928.
Did she have red hair?
Her mother did.
Okay, it's connected. So I think it's her or both of them, because that's what they're showing me. What did she have your mom have any breathing or cardiac issues? Or issues upper body? Because I'm getting somebody sitting on my chest.
Upper body, yes.
Okay. I mean, it could have been also a stroke or something, or an aneurysm, but I'm also getting some restrictive issue here, and also the inability to speak and swallow. So that's what they're showing me. It's like a combination. But your mom is a very funny person. What's your grandma's birthday? Do you remember?
Gosh, I do not.
Okay, they're very strongly linked together, because maybe your grandma reminds me of like I Love Lucy. It's really very funny. But your mom and her, if they were to have a baby, which is kind of you, like your mom was a little bit like Delta Burke a little bit, and like I Love Lucy, kind of very vivacious, and larger than life. Your mom always wore lipstick?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
always had to have makeup on. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She was always dressed
Yes.
in my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Where today we walk around in pajamas. Who is Rose?
I'm not sure.
Does
I work with a Rose.
okay, and does February or December besides your mom's birthday mean anything to you?
Not that I can.
Okay, well, think about it because it could be something to do with their passing or do roses. Maybe I'm smelling roses. It seems to be important. Oh, you put me on mute by accident.
My dogs are barking. I think
Oh, okay.
we're getting a delivery. Sorry.
That's okay. Now, what do you want to ask me? I can't hear you.
Do you see me? Do you see me running a home business in the future?
You would have done it already if COVID hadn't happened and all the other crazy things didn't happen. Hold on for 1 second. Unmute again because I can't hear you. And don't worry about the dogs. I'm gonna say yes, but my suggestion is slow your roll before you do it and just take your time. But I'm gonna say yes, but probably 9 to 18
Sounds
months.
good.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, great.
It was very nice talking to you, Deb. And I'm
You too.
sorry
Thank
about
you,
your
Francine.
dogs.
Sorry
Thank
about
you.
that.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
okay. Thank you. Bonita. Bonita, unmute me.
Yes.
Hi, Bonita.
Hi.
So I think I read you a long time ago.
You did.
Okay, what is your birthday, my beautiful?
Today, February
Oh, very
20th,
nice. Oh, that's right.
1960.
Okay. You don't look at people born in February never looked at their age.
I took a
So,
decade off a long time ago.
oh, okay. Okay. Now, are you in your second major relationship yet?
No, I'm not. I haven't been in a relationship in a while now.
But you
at all.
only had one that was important to you or three?
You know, hard to say. Maybe one, maybe none. Now I'm really kind of confused with the whole thing. Maybe never.
Major relationships are not always love, marriage, baby carriage. It's somebody that leaves an imprint for you. So you should be coming into something and you would have 2 or 4 choices at any given point. You would always meet 2 or 4 people, always. So
Wow.
my suggestion is don't go steady. You live in New England though, don't you?
Yes.
I remember that. So
Yes.
you are lucky because you weren't really, like I was explaining, Boston and New England really weren't affected by the same things as some of the other states were, partly because the policing system is different and, people a little bit more educated, a little bit more respectful and stuff like that. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say the next 9 to 18 months, you're going to start to meet new people. You would meet people in twos. Don't go steady, do dinner, dancing, no dessert. And very importantly, you have to go out. If you don't play lottery, you're not going to win lottery.
Right. Got it.
Okay. Do some meetups. Go learn pickleball. Play volleyball. Go hiking. Go walking. Like I say to everyone, if you go and meet people in physical activities, the odds are that the men that you'd meet, their brains are going to be still active, and so will their pickles. It won't be like this. So, God help me, because it's like after 40, it's like pushing wet spaghetti. So, God help me. Little humor for all the women in the room. But the thing is, that's not the most important thing, but at least that their brains will be sharp. Now, you're like me. You need to be stimulated by somebody that challenges you. You need to be with somebody that's smart. It's not about just the sex. It's about the intimacy and about the humor, right? And they have to have something to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say. And having a nice butt won't hurt either.
Right.
I think that the person that you would wind up with would be younger than you.
Makes sense. I can see that.
Not 20 years. I mean, you're not going to
Right.
be cougar on crack, but I do think they'll be younger than you.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm going to tell you. And I don't think you know the person. You don't know them.
Good.
Yeah. Also, one other thing. Did you change something within your career? Because I don't remember what you do. Because I know you like to help people also.
Yeah, it is. I can say it's evolving and so what I used to do was film and video for organizations, but I am reshaping that and remodeling that. So it's the same, but I think very different. And I'm going to try to sell it, you know?
Why don't you start to do some YouTube things and things like that, or Instagram and all that, and maybe do more influencer things,
Hmm.
you know, things like that. That would make sense because that's the whole marketing. Even PR itself is changing, and marketing. A lot of marketing people are doing PR and vice versa, but the
Yeah.
whole nature of the beast is different. Hence why I'm on here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
exactly. I understand. Yes, exactly. And that's what
now
I'm
you
exploring.
now you also write, so you should be focusing on that also, because that'll bring you where you need to be. Now the other thing is, and I'm going to say this, I do not see you with somebody in your field.
Okay.
Whoever it is more conservative in a way. Doesn't mean that they don't have an entrepreneurial tendency, but maybe they do hedge funds or derivatives. They may be in finance, and maybe they work out of their home, but they seem to be more of a suit, but they really are not. They're an entrepreneur, but they're not artsy as somebody would view you as.
Great.
Because it needs to be balanced.
That's right. That's right.
I do have one random thing to tell you. One of the guys you're going to meet is going to have a very ridiculous mustache. He almost looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dudley Do-Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, and and you know, but he's really cute. A couple of months ago, I met a fireman local who reminded me of if you ever watched Netflix and you have the movie Lucifer, the guy that plays Lucifer, this one fireman, he was very nice. He had a really nice energy. He let an old lady ahead of him. He's buying food because he was cooking for all the guys at the firehouse. Hopefully he's listening. But he had this really bizarre mustache, and I just wanted to shave it. But I could tell on his face he was really cute. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it looked like handlebars. So
Yep.
I'm just getting a mustache thing. And you and me are funny with body hair.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, so I'm getting this mustache. Hold on. I don't know. I drew it, but I have my thing on, but it's like,
Oh,
so I
I
just
know
wanted to
those
throw that out.
mustaches. Oh, I know them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would
But
have to be the first thing to go.
but you know what? It might grow on you, you know? So so it was very nice talking to you, Bonita, and you're
Oh,
going to be really good, and don't stress it.
oh, thank you. Can I ask you a quick question that's easy, maybe?
Sure.
I have hip surgery coming up. I'm getting a little worried. Never
Left
had this
side?
stuff. The right side, actually.
You're going to eventually have to have the other side done too.
Okay.
I think you're going to be fine. The surgery right now is so much different. It's they put a tiny incision. They make you get up and walk. You're going to be fine. The only issue is you've waited for such a long time to do it. So you have bone on bone now. Don't let the other side wait so long.
Okay.
Because if
Yeah.
you don't wait as long, your recovery will be less.
Got it. Got it.
One other thing. If there's still cartilage left on the other side, talk to your doctor about PRP. The insurance doesn't cover it, but you could rebuild the cartilage in between. It's not cheap, but it's worth it than having the other side done.
Got it.
Okay. Okay.
What do you haven't done?
Some surgery. We'll talk about it. Yeah, it's just some
I just
some
wanted
stuff.
to say.
No,
wanted to
it'll
say
be
good
fine.
luck.
I'll be fine. Oh, thank you so much. I'm letting everyone. I'm very transparent.
But
You
I
know,
just want to say good luck. It doesn't matter. I just want to say good luck. I'm with you.
Oh, thank you so much. And then we'll speak again. And anyone that's in this room will get 20% off. You have to tell me of my private rates. Anyone that wants to add themselves to my website, please do that.
And you were
Hold on for
great,
one
by
second.
the way. If you hear, you were great when I had a reading with you, just FYI.
Oh,
You were
thank you.
great.
Oh, thank
Fantastic.
you, thank you, thank you so much. Hold on, off anyone in this room, anyone in room. Now, next month, I will not be doing the free Zoom Facebook Live. I'll do it in April. My website is Francine Tesler. Hold on, I'm not even typing it in right now. Really? Why is it not working? Oh, there it is. I hate, you know what, the thing about this with Zoom is the type in here is so small. And I just put friend future at AOL, and everyone is calling me, and I have more people trying to call me on Facebook. I'm not understanding this. I'm doing this live stream and I don't understand. My people are out of their minds right now. Okay, so anyone that wants to get my emails, you would go onto my website. It'll say tell you about, like you pick up one of the pages and you can see it. And also to sign on for these things, you go into the events part and hold on. Why? Hold on. It went into private message. I don't know why it did that. Hold on. Everyone in meeting. Oh, so that's my problem. Okay, so Francine, see, I'm just learning these things. Tesler. Listen, this is my 6th time doing this, and it's funny. I have the dual thing at the same time where before it would echo, and I figured out how to get rid of that. So I'm very excited. But everyone will get 20% off if you decide. Now, I won't be able, obviously, if everyone wants to do readings next week, to get to everyone, but I can schedule you guys after when I'm completely recouped, and you'll get my emails. Now, I'll pick on somebody else. It was very nice talking to you, Bonita. Can't wait to
Thank you.
talk to you again, and thank
Sure.
you. And I'll pick one more person. Let me mute you, and then we're going to be out. I'll pick Ashante. Hi, Ashante.
Hi,
Hi, that's a really cool name.
thank you.
What's your birthday?
11/16/86.
Okay, now you get a lot of really weird dreams and deja vus.
Yes, I'm spiritual, so
Okay, well, everyone has a psychic ability. We're just not all meant to be a practitioner, you know? You should start to keep a journal about your dreams and your deja vus.
yes.
Now, you were pregnant 3 times or 6?
2.
Oh, be careful. You have a little one now?
Yeah, she's right here. I'm surprised you don't see her. Say hi.
No. Oh, hello. How old is she?
She's 1.5.
Oh, so can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Hi. What's your name?
Leia.
Oh my God, she's adorable.
Thank you.
And you have 2 kids?
No, just her. Well,
Just her.
her, and I was pregnant with a boy that I miscarried.
Okay, so can I tell you something?
Yes.
Be really careful if you don't want to be, but I see another baby.
Yeah, I was told that already.
It's probably a boy.
Yeah, I was told that.
Yeah, I get another pregnancy because you would be pregnant 3 times or 6. What's her birthday?
Her birthday was June 8th.
Oh, she's very psychic also.
I was told that she'll be that too.
She has a healing ability and she's very funny.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what do you want to ask me?
Nothing really. I mean, well, you could tell me about career-wise. Like, what do you see is best for me? Okay.
Oh, she's so cute.
Thank you.
Oh, she's so cute. I feel like you're going to have 3 different roads, and you might be able to do some of the holistic stuff and the psychic stuff, but that would be on the side until you build it up.
Yes.
But I think anything that's caretaking and anything where you help people would make sense.
Yes, I'm a nurse.
I was going to say something child advocacy. See?
Yeah. But
now
would you think real estate would be good for me?
I have a question. Are you a nurse, an RN, or an LPN?
LP.
Why don't you become an NP?
Okay, I'll look into that.
Because if you did the NP, you can do injectables,
Uh-huh.
and then you can do patient care, but then you can do other things on the side.
Okay.
But I see you as an advocate more so.
Okay.
Because I don't see you as a butt wiper. Because as the LPN, what state are you in, if I may ask?
Repeat it again, please.
What state do you live in?
I'm in Miami, Florida.
So over there it's a little different, but like in New York, you're not allowed to work in the hospitals as an LPN, but they'll pay for you to go to school, and there's a bridge program for you to be an NP.
Okay.
So you need to do that.
Okay.
And the other thing is, be careful that you don't get pregnant again so quickly, because I see
Okay.
more school. Oh my God, she's so cute.
Thank you.
Oh, it was very nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same.
I'll do one more. Thank you so much, Ashante.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. I'll do one more person. So give me 1 second. We got lucky on this. Terry Greco.
Hello.
Hello, Terry.
Hi.
What is your birthday?
8/15/61.
Okay. Are you trying to move?
No.
But I see some boxes. Did you get rid of some things recently, or was there some sort of closure to something?
Not really closure. I am trying to clean my house out. I have so much junk around here.
Okay. And you only own one property or three?
One.
I don't know. I'm seeing boxes everywhere I turn. So I have another question for you. Is there anyone around you that's having any health issues?
I'm sick right now, and I'm having excuse me, some health issues.
You're having some breathing issues and some restrictions here. That's what I'm picking up. Can I make a suggestion? Have a air quality. Go to Home Depot and get one of those tests for mold, and test your house for mold. You might have some mold in the house, which could be causing some of the issues. So just so you know, I don't know why I'm picking that up, but that's what they're showing me.
But I have some digestive issues. I mean, I just got this cold recently, but I'm having a lot of digestive issues.
But what's interesting is I'm getting it also here. So whatever the digestive issues is causing more reflux.
Yes.
So that's probably why I'm getting this. Now the problem with reflux is if you don't address it, it could eat away your esophagus, and you only have one esophagus. So have you had a colonoscopy or an endoscopy recently?
I have a lot of tests coming up. I did get diagnosed for SIBO.
SIBO.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I was supposed to go tomorrow for another test, but I had to cancel till April. And I have a barium esophagus scheduled, and another endoscopy where they put a tracker in you.
You also have to get tested for H. pylori. H. pylori is very similar to like an ulcer, and same thing with the SIBO. Now, the only thing is, if you were diagnosed with SIBO, the problem with that is, or even H. pylori, you have to go on heavy duty antibiotics, and you have to eat very clean.
My primary said that I was going to the nurse practitioner, and she didn't give me a strong enough dose, and she wouldn't repeat the test, and she wouldn't give me any more antibiotic.
Okay.
And I just went to my primary. She looked it up, and she said what they gave me wouldn't have killed it. So, and this was back in September. So I had to follow up with the actual doctor, and he's repeating
Okay.
the
You need to go to a gastric doctor. And when you do your
It is.
colonoscopy, don't do the drink prep, do the pill prep, and see if they can do that with the endoscopy at the same time. They're going to be able to fix this. It could take about 3 to 6 months though for you to feel better, but that's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I also think you should have your house tested for mold.
Okay.
I don't know why, but as I was talking to you, I'm smelling or feeling moisture. I don't know where you live, but I'm picking up that. And where I used to live in the Bronx, there was black mold many years ago, and I didn't know that until after I moved. So it's no joke, and it can cause autoimmune issues and cause all these other problems.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's
I'll look
not a
into that.
joke. You know, I mean, all homes have some form of mold, but black mold, and there's different kinds that could be really a problem. Now, what else do you want to ask me before I kick you away?
Do you see any more grandchildren in my future?
You were pregnant 3 times or 6?
2.
Did you think you were a third?
I did think so.
You probably were. How many kids do you have?
2?
1 boy, 1 girl?
No, 2 girls.
Is one soft and one is feisty?
Yes.
And does either one of the girls have a name like you that's male or female?
Yes.
Sam, Leslie, Alex, Pat, what are their names?
Christina and Maria.
So Chris would be that, and Maria. What's Chris's birthday?
4/14/83.
And Maria?
6 30/87.
So the 6/30/87 is also prone to digestive issues like you and sugar problems. You have to watch your sugar. They're both, so you're all a 1 or a 3. So things would always happen to them 1, 3, or 6. Was Chris pregnant once or 3 times?
Once.
And how many kids?
1.
Okay. And Maria was pregnant once or 3 times?
That I know of.
You're going to say 2 times.
Is twice. She has 1 child and missed.
I was going to say 2. Yeah. Okay. So she could be pregnant 1 more time if she wants. That's very strong. Chris could be pregnant 2 more times, but I don't necessarily know if she would have more kids because she has, I think, some hormone issues. So I don't know if it's cramps or fibroids or thyroid issues, but she has some hormonal issues. It's not impossible, but I'm going to say I see at least 1 more coming. I just don't know in what faction. So yeah, that's pretty cool actually. And don't stress it, but you have to get yourself better, and you have to tell Maria to watch her digestion. That's very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's funny. Well, Christina has had some digestive problems. She just made an appointment for the.
But it's interesting. I'm picking it up with Maria. So I mean, I'm dyslexic, so I could be mirroring it. But it's really interesting because sugar and digestive issues run in your family. So it's something that you all have to watch. Between the 2 of them, though, is Chris more sensitive, even though she might be feisty?
Yeah, she's very sensitive.
That could be the other reason why she has digestive, because she sucks in the energy of others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she has to drink more water. She might have celiacs, actually. She might have a gluten allergy. So that would be something interesting to find out, and then let me know. I hope you feel better, and you have to let me know what happens. I don't get whatever you're going through catastrophic, but unfortunately, you're going to have to go on some pretty heavy duty meds to get rid of the SIBO. But I also think you might have something else going on, because I'm picking up that you have something going on with yeast, too much yeast production. I don't know. That's what they're showing me. But when you get everything tested, let me know why I think that, because I may have the right idea, the wrong application.
Now, who would test for the yeast?
When you go to the gastro doctor, they can do that, and also maybe an endocrinologist. But it could also be what I'm picking up when you're getting the reflux. I'm getting like foam almost, like it's coming up. That's the best way I can explain it. So you have to talk to your primary. I mean, and they can test it. There's ways of testing it. They can also test your tongue, because some people get the thing called thrush, where your tongue gets white, and that's from too much yeast production. It's not as common anymore. Children normally get it, but it's some adults are getting it now, which is weird. But I think it's because of all the crap in the food. But it was very nice talking to you, Terry.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I hope you feel better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you sound like crap. So
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, feel better.
I feel better, but I can't talk.
I know. Thank you so much. So thank you. So anyone that's come in this room, I am giving 20% off because of the, Women's Day on March 8th. Also because I'm going to be out of commission for about 2 weeks. So anyone that has an interest, please email me at franfuture@AOL. Add yourselves to my website. I will be doing this again in April, not in March, because I am having some surgery. Hold on. And I'm putting my website in here. Please add yourselves to my website so that you can get my emails. Anyone also has an interest, I'm teaching and I'm doing private mentoring. That's the other thing I'm doing. And I do shows, and I'm going to be doing another pop-up at Jay's Hair Salon in Yonkers in April. And I'm also doing private readings at the Healing Collective on Central Avenue in White Plains. It's on my website. It's also called the Cozy Coven. Also offering the 20% off of my rates there. And you can book it on my website directly there to go to there if you guys wanted to come. And I'm there on Wednesdays and Sundays by appointment. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for coming, everyone. And I'm sorry I didn't get to as many people, but because we had snow and I'm feeling kind of blah, hence why my hair is like this. It was very nice for everyone to come. It was a very nice group. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. Close. Okay.